Unit 4, Entrepreneurial Skills 1. Introduction. Humans perform a wide variety of jobs and tasks in the course of their daily lives, which ensures that the cycle of development for human life, society, and civilization never comes to an end. In addition, it is considered that everyone must work in order to survive.
When we talk about working to support ourselves or to improve our level of living, we find or enter the workforce.
In the process, some individuals work for themselves, others, and others beneath them. If you work for yourself and independently produce your own income rather than being employed, you are considered self-employed. A self-employed individual starts their own business to make money by putting their own creative ideas into practice, exercising their management and creativity, and raising their own funds. Working for yourself, either individually or collectively, is self-employment. A person who is determined to work for themselves and launches a business with a sense of ownership is called an entrepreneur. Such individuals are in charge of their own businesses, enjoy the benefit of success, and bear responsibility for failure. They want their company to grow, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. An entrepreneur's goal is to establish an enterprise. Entrepreneurship is the practice of growing a small business idea into a larger enterprise through careful planning and managerial abilities. Role of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship contributes to the growth of a country, and it is evident that countries that encourage entrepreneurship have grown fast. It is, therefore, important to broadly define the role and benefits of entrepreneurship. The following are some of the important roles that entrepreneurship plays in. Economic development. By increasing the amount of money in circulation, the economy grows as businesses add value by making better and more affordable goods and services available to consumers. Investors finance entrepreneur-led business expansion with the expectation of profitable returns. The economy flourishes when more and more business opportunities are created. Social development by creating job opportunities. A business launched by an entrepreneur is often quite small at first. The entrepreneur expands the business if it is successful. As the business expands, more work is required, which leads to the hiring of new employees. Good quality jobs lead to more people earning money and living a good life. Improved standard of living. Production of more and better things to live a comfortable life. People's quality of life is improved when business owners sell items like medical supplies, cell phones, and air conditioners. As an example, residents of any tiny village must travel to the town because there isn't a pharmacy shop there. The village benefits from the opening of a pharmacy store by an entrepreneur since they can now obtain their medications instantly. Optimal use of resources. We are surrounded by a variety of natural resources, both renewable and non-renewable. Entrepreneurs never stop trying to use resources in the best possible manner to save costs and boost revenues. Reducing the cost of products and services. As more and more entrepreneurs enter the market, the prices of the products come down and people get more offers and better quality products at affordable prices. Benefits of entrepreneurship. The various benefits include the following. Do what you are interested in. Entrepreneurship allows you to start and do something you enjoy using your hobbies and skills. Work for yourself and not for others. As an entrepreneur, you can work for yourself rather than someone else and decide what kind of work you like to do and how you want to do it. Make profits for yourself. As an entrepreneur, you can decide how much money you want to earn and how you want to earn it. More risk, more profit. Although there are risks associated with entrepreneurship, you may choose how much of a chance you want to take. Usually, the greater the risk, the greater the potential profit. Qualities of a successful entrepreneur. Every successful entrepreneur has traits and qualities that enable them to get to their position. To accomplish something similar and create a successful business, you must adopt these same attributes. Curiosity. Successful entrepreneurs are naturally curious individuals who are always seeking new opportunities and insights. They are constantly learning and seeking ways to improve their businesses. Structured experimentation. Risk and unpredictability are common challenges for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs who are successful are skilled at assessing their proposals in a disciplined, methodical manner and experimenting with new concepts. Adaptability. Successful entrepreneurs are adaptable and open-minded. They are flexible and willing to change their business strategies as needed. Decisiveness. Entrepreneurs often need to take quick decisions based on incomplete information. Successful entrepreneurs have a strong sense of judgment and the capacity to take decisive action with confidence. Team building. Nobody can run a successful business by themselves. Successful business owners are able to create and manage efficient teams, assign responsibilities, and give their staff the resources they need to be successful. Risk tolerance. Risk-taking is a key component of entrepreneurship. In order to accomplish their aims, successful entrepreneurs are prepared to accept uncertainty and take risks. Comfortable with failure. Entrepreneurship inevitably involves failure. Entrepreneurs who are successful accept failure and see it as a chance to improve. Persistence. Entrepreneurship demands perseverance and the ability to keep moving forward in the face of challenges and disappointments. Entrepreneurs who are successful are persistent and resilient. Innovation. Successful entrepreneurs are able to think of fresh, original solutions to challenges and satisfy customer demands. They are innovative and constantly seeking methods to make their goods or services better. Long-term focus. It takes time to succeed as an entrepreneur. Successful business people have a clear sense of where they want to go and are prepared to put in the time and money necessary to get there. Distinguishing characteristics of entrepreneurship and wage employment. We know that entrepreneurship involves taking risks to make profit. Let us understand these two terms,
Risk and profit, before we distinguish between wage employment and entrepreneurship.
Profit. Let us take the example of a vegetable seller. He buys vegetables worth 5,000 rupees from the wholesale market, spends 500 rupees on transportation and sells them for 7,000 rupees. The amount of profit earned after deducting the cost and transportation from the selling price is 1,500 rupees. Thus, we see that profit earned in the excess earning after deducting all expenses.
Risk. An unpredictable situation that could lead to a loss is a risk.
For example, if it rains that day and vegetables do not get sold by the evening, some of them might get spoiled, thus causing a loss. Entrepreneurship always involves taking risks. We have already read about the distinguishing qualities of an entrepreneur.
Wage employment, on the other hand, does not involve too much risk.
In this case, there is an employer and an employee. Irrespective of whether the business or organization makes a profit or suffers a loss, the employee gets the salary. Let us look at some key differences between wage employment and entrepreneurship. Wage employment, entrepreneurship. Work for others. Be your own boss. Follow instructions. Make own plans. Routine job. Creative activity. Earning is fixed, never negative.
Can be negative sometimes, generally surplus.
Does not create wealth. Creates wealth, contributes to GDP. Can choose from government service, public sector, private sector. Can choose from industry, trade or service enterprise. Types of businesses. Based on the type of process or work involved, businesses can be classified as service business, product-based business, and hybrid business. Let us understand them. Service business. A service company is a commercial business that carries out work for a client by offering expertise or skilled labor. In this line of work, the business offers its clients specific professional assistance. Business such as hospitals, computer hardware and software repair shop, hair salons, interior design firms, banks, etc. Before starting their own company in a related industry, owners typically acquire a great deal of information and experience. Product-based business. A product-based business is one in which a seller and a buyer trade an actual, tangible object. For example, a toy store. There are two types of product-based businesses. Manufacturing business. A manufacturing business, also known as product business, is any company that employs components or raw materials to produce finished goods. It combines raw materials, labor, and factory overhead in its production. The majority of the goods we consume, like furniture, medical equipment, aircraft, and electrical devices, are produced by manufacturing companies. These goods may be sold either directly to consumers or through intermediary businesses like retail establishments. Trade business. These companies buy goods. They also move the goods from production to the storage facilities and subsequently to the stores close to the customers. Wholesalers, distributors, and retail stores are a few examples of these companies. Hybrid business. A hybrid business is one that offers both items and services for sale. For instance, Sanya opens a bakery where she bakes and sells cakes and other sweets. This is also seen in restaurants where catering is a service provided and food is the product offered. Difference between a manufacturing business and a product business. Let us understand the differences through the criteria given in the table below. Criteria: manufacturing business, service business. Can be seen or touched. Product can be seen or touched. The customer pays for physical exchange of things. Service cannot be seen or touched. The customer pays for an experience. Can be stored. A product can be made and stored in a shop or usually a warehouse. A service, for example, cutting hair, cannot be stored. Service is provided when a customer asks for it. Can be manufactured and transported. A product can be either manufactured at home or in a factory. It can then be transported to different places where the retailers sell it. A service cannot be manufactured or transported. It is provided to the customer at the time of delivery. Same quantity and quality. The quality and quantity of a product can be same every time. The quality and quantity of a service can be different at different times. Types of businesses found in our community. Entrepreneurs in India can adopt the following frameworks to start their business. Sole proprietorship. A business that is solely owned and operated by one person is known as a sole proprietorship. Many business owners launch minor companies in their names and operate them as sole proprietors. The proprietor of such a business is not thought of as a separate entity. Starting a sole proprietorship business in India does not require formal registration. This entity is simple to register, but the proprietor is still responsible for all of its activities. The practical implication of such a contract is that the sole proprietor is the only owner of all profits generated. For instance, the proprietor's income must be stated in the personal income tax forms themselves. No additional tax returns are required to be filled. Many small businesses are recommended to opt for this legal structure for the following benefits that it provides. Cost effective. This type of legal structure doesn't come at much expensive. However, operating a business in another region would require specific registrations like shop and establishment registrations, etc. Flexibility in decision making. The decisions are solely dependent on the proprietor, therefore they are easy to make and implement. Workplace relationship. In a sole proprietorship, it is crucial to maintain relationships with both clients and staff members.
The proprietor can do this by fostering positive one-on-one interactions with each group.
Partnership. Two or more individuals join forces to labor and generate income in a partnership firm.
A partnership deed outlines the invested interests of each partner. their profit-sharing percentages,
and other clauses pertaining to how the business will run. All obligations without limitation are the sole responsibility of the partners. Although it is not necessary to register a partnership, it is advisable to do so. The following advantages are offered by this form of corporate structure. Fundraising. A partnership can raise money more easily than a sole proprietorship because financial institutions view partnerships as being more secure. Shared responsibility. The partners are encouraged to share responsibilities and are given stronger accountability through this arrangement. Mutual trust. The partners in the partnership structure have a sense of trust and faith in one another. Any one of the partners may act on behalf of the other partners, or all partners may act together. Limited Liability Partnership (LLP). A limited liability partnership is incorporated under the Limited Liability Partnership Act 2009. And LLP's partners are not subject to the business's unlimited liabilities in contrast to partnership firms. The only investments for which they are liable for losses or debts are those they created. A limited liability partnership is regarded as a separate legal entity from its partners. Additionally, neither partner is liable for the autonomous action of other partners. As a result, each partner is protected from joint liabilities resulting from the misbehavior of another partner. The key benefits are: no minimum capital requirement. No minimum capital contribution is necessary to form an LLP. Suitability. An LLP can be formed more quickly and with fewer legal formalities than a private business. No limitation on the number of business owners. There can be 2 or more partners in this form of legal structure. Lower registration cost. The registration is less expensive as compared to a private limited company or a public limited company. Less compliance. LLPs are obligated to submit only 2 statements, that is, annual return statements and statements of accounts. Therefore, the compliance requirements are comparatively less
stringent than for private limited companies.
Cooperative business. A cooperative is a member-owned company that often permits a small distribution of profits to its members. The people who use its goods and services are its proprietors, making it a particular type of private business organization. It is the collaboration of people who work together to coordinate with one another in order to accomplish a desired goal. One of the main distinctions between co-ops and other business kinds, aside from the organization's objective, is the ownership and control of the organization. Every member owner of a cooperative business has an equal amount of democratic control, which means that everyone, regardless of involvement of investment, has a vote in how the business is run, including how profit is shared. Greater transparency in operations can be offered by cooperatives. Limited company. A company is a type of legal business organization made up of a group of people who engage in business-related activities like trading and manufacturing in order to make money. An entrepreneur maintains ownership in a company by keeping shares. There are 2 types of limited companies, private and public. The shares of a private limited company are not distributed to the general public and are not transferable, but the shares of a public limited company are offered by invitation to the general public and are transferable. Development of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship development is the process of enhancing an entrepreneur's knowledge and skill set related to the creation, administration, and management of a business venture while taking into consideration the risks involved. This is accomplished through training programs and workshops that highlight entrepreneurial skills. It can take place through formal and informal learning systems. In the formal learning system, training programs are conducted to raise awareness, knowledge, and skills related to entrepreneurship. Steps to starting a business. 1. Come up with a business idea. It can be based on the market need or something you are interested in. For example, Vandana likes to bake cakes, and hence sets up a bakery, while Vinod sees that there is a demand for a chemist shop in his localities and decides to open one. 2. Getting the capital and raw material. Once you have an idea, you can think of ways to arrange the basic capital you need to set up a shop or factory and procure the raw material and manpower if required. 3. Understanding customer needs. Once you start selling, you will be able to understand your customers' likes and dislikes and suggestions based on their feedback. 4. Improving product or service. Based on the feedback, you can start to improve your product or service. In summary, a person who is determined to work for themselves and launches a business with a sense of ownership is called an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is the practice of growing a small business idea into a larger enterprise through careful planning and managerial abilities. Entrepreneurship contributes to the growth of a country, and it is evident that countries that encourage entrepreneurship have grown fast. An unpredictable situation that could lead to a loss is a risk. A service company is a commercial business that carries out work for a client by offering expertise or skilled labor.
A product-based business is one in which a seller and a buyer trade an actual, tangible object.
A manufacturing business, also known as product business, is any company that employs components or raw materials to produce finished goods. Trade business companies buy and sell goods. They also move the goods from production to the storage facilities and subsequently to the stores close to the customers. A hybrid business is one that offers both items and services for sale. A business that is solely owned and operated by one person is known as a sole proprietorship. A limited liability partnership is incorporated under the Limited Liability Partnership Act 2009. And LLP's partners are not subject to the business's unlimited liabilities in contrast to partnership firms. A cooperative is a member-owned company that often permits a small distribution of profits to its members. A company is a type of legal business organization made up of a group of people who engage in business-related activities like trading or manufacturing in order to make money. Entrepreneurship development is the process of enhancing the entrepreneur's knowledge and skill set related to the creation, administration, and management of a business venture while taking into consideration the risks